I'm trying not to be so nervousy laughy because I do have something serious to talk about, but I know that my anxiety is building this week. My brain is ruminating and being an asshole, and I am having some anticipatory anxiety about this next season of my life. I start a new job next week. Baseball and track season is underway, and podcast season is happening, and there's just a lot of forward momentum. Year of the horse. I'm also experiencing a little anticipatory anxiety about the podcast and doing this. I love having conversations with people. I love sitting with people when they talk about their shit. And so being that space for people is an honor, and I truly love that. That's why I'm doing this. I just want to give people hope that you can get better. You don't have to sit in your shit. So many of us are home alone sitting in our shit that we don't talk about. We go to work and we put on this face, and I feel like it's getting harder and harder to do that in today's world. So the anticipatory anxiety I'm feeling is just holding that space for people and, sitting with folks, when they talk about tough stuff. So it's just I don't know. It's just, it's not stress. It's excitement. It's hope. It's, that was me actively fighting back tears. It's not that I have a problem crying. It's more about, for me, I guess, can I hold that space well enough for that person? Can I be that space? I guess that all ties into imposter syndrome and whatnot. So am I good enough to do this? I guess is what's coming up in this moment right now. Anyways, that was a therapy session I didn't know I was having. So what I really got on here to talk about was what I do when I know that the anxiety is increasing this past winter, and you'll get to hear in season 2. I had some moments of panic again, some moments of a really anxious brain taking over, and I don't feel that right now. It's not like it was. So I am this week having like some moments. So I wanted to get on here and tell you what I do. So like when I start to feel that panic, and I don't know if my stuff is a true panic attack. Like I have absolutely had true panic attacks, but a lot of my stuff is more now as of like an emotional hijack of, and I guess there definitely is like panic and racing thoughts and intrusive thoughts and things that happen there. So the very first thing I have to do when I'm like that, or if I'm with somebody and they see me in that moment, and also when I'm with someone and they're in a moment like that, the absolute first thing you have to do is breathe. You have to pay attention to your breath. You have to feel it go all the way into your stomach. You have to hold it, and then your exhale has to be longer. I don't know if it has to be. This is what works for me. You want your exhale longer than your inhale. Whatever count, like, I don't know that when I'm in panic, I count. There's a ton of YouTube videos where there's visuals and you can watch like clouds or like circles or whatever. Meditate through it. Has some meditations on her website. Anyways. So yeah, breathing. Control your breath. Focus on your breath. The other most important thing that I do is I move, I pace, I do like move my arms. I don't want to hit the microphone, but I like slap my arms back and forth. And then when the thoughts are like just screaming and I can't get out of like loops and my brain just keeps going and over and over and over, whatever, I put on music. Not just any music for me when I'm in a panicky situation. I put on music where I know the lyrics to by heart, where your brain just automatically switches and you start singing. My go-to is American Pie. For me, that's just a song I'm going to start singing, and it gets me out of that spiral. And then I, can be more mindful of, excuse me, I can be more mindful of my breath and whatnot. So those are my like in the moment tips for me, for like this low level stuff that's building and I'm not really too panicky. Like I had a brief moment yesterday, calmed down really quick. And I've been fine since, but so one of my signs is I start picking at my nails more, so I've got some signs there. And I can just sort of like, I don't know, the more work I've done, the more in tune with my body I am, and I can just sort of feel this like energy here. It's definitely here right now, talking and the nerves of putting a video up. So I got cut off because I didn't have any storage on my phone. So I think what I was going to say is when I start to feel this bubbling, my focus is trying to eat nutrient dense meals. I know that my brain needs it needs protein, it needs fats, it needs vegetables, minerals, it needs all of that shit. So I really try to make sure that I'm eating, because a lot of times I lose appetite. So I have to like focus on it. the other thing is consistently move my body. I probably should be, and this could be, I haven't worked out much this week, so that's part of it. Getting outside in nature is absolutely healing, and getting off social media. So if you're experiencing any of that, those are my tips and tricks and what I recommend. Yeah, so now I got to deal with my anticipatory anxiety of my meeting. I have a podcast meeting today, which in my calendar it's a date, but it's not. It's just a meeting, and I'm only slightly nervous, which is shocking given my history with being nervous around this human being. Oh, season 2 is gonna be fun. Okay, thanks, bye.